Wealth is not a number, but a mindset. And what's happening is that the programs in place are designed to keep us in a trap, in an illusion of thinking that wealth means having material gains, that the more you have, the more the more value you hold, that the better you dressed, that determines your worth, that the car you drive defines you, that the home you live in is what makes you. And so it goes on like that. And so what's happening is that the systems in place where we have, let's use entertainment, for example, right? In entertainment, we're going to find that, let's say we're watching a Netflix show, the best cars, the best drinks, the best clothes, the best house, right? This is what they are portraying, which is giving you the illusion of image. Image equals value. Image equals worth. And so what's happening is that in our subconscious, we're being programmed to believe that this is what gives us value, that this is what gives us worth, that this is what says that this is who we are. And so not only us as adults are seeing this, but also we have to think about our children as they're growing up, the teenagers, the young adults, right? They're also seeing these things. And so these messages, these so-called reality shows, short films, they're speaking directly to our subconscious, and we don't realize it. And so I wanted to speak on wealth because wealth is not image. When all of that is stripped, are you still a kind person? Are you still a loving person? Are you still joyful? When we look at what ascension is and how we come up out of the matrix, you'll find that a lot of us are stripped of all material things. Some of us have to give it up so that we can take this path, right? And so in the Bible, there's the book of Job, which is what happens. It's a decoy for what happens when we go through ascension, when we choose the road less traveled. We end up being tested in a way where we are stripped from all of these material things, and our character is tested to see if we remain faithful, if we remain loyal in the little, with the little, so that because we're being prepared to receive more. So if with the little we are still able to remain humble, to remain grateful, to remain joyful, and be of service to others, then later on we'll be able to do the same. Now, wealth, not only it manifests as material gains as well, but what sustains that material wealth, it's the mindset that we hold when it comes to wealth. Wealth is not only the material things that we get, the matter that manifests into this reality. Internally, things happen prior to that manifestation coming to pass, meaning we are more conscious now of how we spend our time, of where our intention goes, of who we exchange energy with, of whom we interact with, what we participate in, how we outsource our resources, and what we do with ourselves. To clarify, wealth is not image. Wealth is not appearance. Wealth is within us. When it says that, we have all that we need within, it truly means that we have to feel wealthy prior to be able to having the wealth in the material realm. Because what's going to happen is, if we're not wealthy with the little, or with nothing, like if we're not wealthy, if we don't feel wealthy within, we wouldn't be able to hold wealth when it comes true. And we're magnetism, we're energy and magnetism, so we're going to call in what we are. So you must be that prior to having it. That's why the first law, like the Hermetic law, as within, so without. You must be all that you want prior to you having it in your physical reality. That's the key.